Here's a heartbreaking reality check. One of Scotland's greatest rugby legends, Gavin Lowe, is now fighting a battle far tougher than any he faced on the pitch. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite years of dedication to the sport, he's been left to face crippling injuries and mounting medical bills with little support from the system he once proudly represented. Gavin Lowe, a former Scotland Sevens star and the second highest point scorer in the nation's history, was a force to be reckoned with on the field. Known for his precision kicking and natural talent, he was more than just a player, he was a symbol of Scottish rugby excellence. His former teammates, a tight-knit group of Scotland international Sevens players, have now rallied together to launch a campaign on Just Giving, pleading for help to support their friend in his darkest hour. And this is the part most people miss. When the World Sevens program was restructured to align with the Olympic Games, Scotland's independent squad was dissolved in favour of the Great Britain model. Gavin, already battling severe injuries like arthritic ankles and chronic pain, found himself without a contract or ongoing support. For a player who had given his all for over a decade, it felt like he was simply discarded. But was it just the physical demands of the sport, or did the increasing reliance on artificial pitches play a role in his decline? Here's a thought-provoking question: should players bear the long-term consequences of a sport's infrastructure choices alone? Gavin's health has deteriorated dramatically since leaving the spotlight. At just 30 years old, both his hips have deteriorated to the point of needing replacement. As a young father, he can't even run around with his kids. Walking has become a struggle. Earlier this year, he had to pay £10,000 out of his own pocket for one hip replacement, and he's still waiting for the NHS to cover the other. The road to recovery is long, and the financial burden is overwhelming. Rugby Players Scotland and other organisations have tried to help, but Gavin's unique circumstances limit the available options. His teammates refuse to let him fight this battle alone. They're calling on rugby fans, friends, and anyone moved by his story to donate and help Gavin cover his medical costs, regain his mobility, and reclaim the family life he deserves. Here's the bold truth: Gavin put his body on the line for his country, and now it's our turn to stand up for him. Every donation, no matter how small, can make a real difference. Let's give back to a man who gave so much. Will you join us in supporting Gavin? And here's a question to ponder: how can we ensure that athletes like Gavin aren't left behind when their playing days are over? Let's start the conversation in the comments. Thank you. Gav's teammates: Jamie Farndale, Max McFarland, Sam Pecker, Ali Miller, Femi Sofalarin, Kaleem Barreto, Robbie Ferguson, Jordan Edmonds, Freddie Owsley, Harvey Elms, Nick McLennan, Damian Hoyland, Lee Jones, Grant Hughes, Glenn Bryce, Dougie Fife, Jimmy Johnstone, Ross McCann, Niall Godsmark, Scott White, Mark Robertson, and Scott Riddell.